Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read we may be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Theyre Tarot, which is review as well. Thank you. Alright, let's see what's going on. Wow, okay. The third card out. There's the devil. Alright. Starting off a little bit. A little bit 0 to 100. Oh my goodness. The High Priestess reversed. Now, Crosswatcher. We got the devil in there with the High Priestess reversed. With the Nine of Cups reversed to follow that. Let me kind of just stop and pause right here, Sagittarius, real quick. They're kind of giving me this, well, I'm sure you can sense yourself as to the darkness of this energy so far. You know, when I say darkness with that Nine of Cups reversed, someone is beyond not a happy camper, you could say. But thank you for the information, Crosswatcher. I don't believe I've actually seen it this way before. So thank you. You learn something new every day. That's the way it should be. What is going on between you and Sagittarius? This is very dark and gloomy energy. Very dark and gloomy. What does that mean? It makes me kind of, what's that saying by, is it Buddhism or Buddhists that say the root or cause of all suffering is want or desire? Like, I want something, therefore I don't have it, so I'm miserable without it. In a sense, kind of like trying to fill some sort of, personal or internal void. That's what they're kind of emphasizing, I feel like, with that Nine of Cups reversed. Either something they want is making them unhappy, or something that they have is making them unhappy. Something between the two of you, Sagittarius? I don't know. I have no idea. But with that devil energy in there, too, you might as well kind of just throw in the toxicity. We're unfortunately, Crosswatcher, it's nothing personal. I am just energetically looking at and feeling and kind of, this looks a bit like a basket case. There you are, Sagittarius, coming out upright. So, clearly two different energies, right? The devil and the angel. Opposites. Ooh. Look at this. How does that happen? How does that happen? Sagittarius, you're emphasizing, got you beat. In a sense, you're saying checkmate. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Checkmate. How do you do that? Even your energy and your presence is like checkmate, devil. Crosswatcher, that is something else. This is a perfect example of how energy and auras, since it's the two of you, can sometimes not necessarily clash or intermingle. It's kind of like saying, how does light fight darkness? It doesn't. It just shines. It just does what it does. There's no fight involved. It just is. It just shows up. The light, there's no resistance. The light just shines. It just does what light does. And so, like I said, I'm looking at a very dark, gloomy energy. And then your energy shows up, Sagittarius, and it's like, checkmate. And then it's almost kind of like, it's like hush hush now. You're okay. You're okay. It's gonna be okay. Look at that effect. Look at that effect. Wow, there's the Ace of Swords. Looks like a pretty cool theme, right? What is that, Crosswatcher? What is that? Okay, so energetically speaking, you, Sagittarius, help them clear out some sort of shadows or some sort of triggers. Okay, so I guess just dealing with you, being around you. I don't know. You just being around your aura is, in a sense, kind of like, and that's the fluctuation of energy between the interaction between the two of you. Is that dark energy? What are you gonna do? That's no different than if you walk into a dark room, for example, and you're like, you know what? Let me turn this light on. It changes everything. Just being in the vicinity of that energy changes everything drastically. That's kind of like saying, for example, as well, if a bully has no one to bully, what's going to happen to the bully? You can sit there and try and bully someone, but if no one's taking the bait, in a sense, the bully's like, well, damn, I'm just kind of left here with my thoughts and my words and my actions, and I guess the echoes of my own voice bouncing off the walls, and no one's listening or paying attention. Things are forced to change with zero resistance. Go figure. There's the sun. I mean, look at that, right, Sagittarius? You just got to slap the devil out of it. Just a little tap. Just a little tap. Okay. Huh. I don't understand that. Look at all the emphasis on different lights. I am looking at, I'm looking at different forms of light. Whoa. So it's about light, shadow, darkness. Shades of gray. Um, okay, so that sun card shows up kind of peeking through the storm in a sense. Okay, we'll take it. Huh. Yeah, energetically, that's that energy of like rest now. Rest now, Crosswatcher, rest now. Okay, so that shadow side of them, whatever that is kind of like it makes me think of for some reason kind of like paranormal, like a restless spirit, a restless it's a restless spirit. It's like why are the lights flickering in my house? Like why am I hearing creaks? Why am I hearing knocks? Why is shit moving in my house like a poltergeist? Why does it feel like something's trying to like break my attention or get my attention? Restless energy, residual, restless energy. That shadow within themselves is very restless. I feel like they know this. I feel like they do have some sort of self awareness to know this. And that's the thing. When you kind of bring certain energies or shadows like this to light, when they say, like, for example, old habits die hard, it may just become like a habit, a habitual thing, or maybe just a part of their daily ritual. It's become a part or a piece of them in a sense. It's like, it's what they've known for an extended period of time. So it's not going to be easily kind of cleared in a sense. Takes a little bit of time. Takes a little bit of elbow grease. But when it comes to energy, it's kind of, it's a little bit kind of like exposure therapy. Like for the sake of it, kind of like overcoming your fear. You expose yourself to it. Like here's a light. Okay, enough for today. Surprise. Okay, enough for today. They're emphasizing their piecing things together. It's about I feel like it's about self-awareness and understanding oneself. And so somehow the situation or the interaction between the two of you, whatever this is allowing them to sort of see them. It's interesting. Kind of like I don't have one. I guess I kind of do. It's sort of like a crystal or a diamond. Different facets and different faces to the crystal or the diamond. Whatever the dynamic or situation is between the two of you, it allows to see themselves from different perspectives or different sides. Different sides, but yet still whole. In a sense, the relationship is showing them something about themselves, helping them have self-realizations. They're all, the next card is them hiding around the corner in the shadows. Notice that the wall is all lit up in light, kind of hiding around in shadows. Crosswatcher, are you tired of being a ninja? Makes me think of Batman and Bane. Oh, you think darkness is your ally. I was born in it. Molded by it. There's a tower. Uh-oh. Crosswatcher, you are that's the thing. You're emphasizing a mental. It's a what's that called? A train. We'll refer to it as a mental train. It's sort of like your thought process is a train. It kind of just there it goes. Hopefully, someone's sitting up front, operating those levers. And it's not just what a runaway. But the light energy, their resistance to the light, like I said, go figure in that tower, like I said, different forms of different light. You got, well, I'm not going to list them, but lightning, surprise. Like I said, surprise, there it is, hide in the shadows, life is like, psst, how about that? I get it, Crosswatcher. I get it. I get it. I feel like that's what it's all about. Know thyself. You're learning about yourself. I'll leave it here. You're learning about yourself, Crosswatcher. And it's shifting some perspectives, that's for sure. It's shifting it's shifting also your state of mind and your frame of mind. That's what that tower is all about. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, physically, people will travel the world. Other people remain perfectly in the same spot for 50 years, but, they're traveling the world in their mind. How do you outrun your mind? It's like that song. I believe it's by the Pixies, Where Is My Mind? This tower energy makes me feel like the movie Fight Club, where he finally merges with Tyler. Spoiler alert. He finally merges with his kind of like split personality, his persona that he was pretending to be all along. He kind of merges with his that persona, and Marlo walks in through the elevator, and he's like, "You met me at a very strange time in my life," and he's kind of having this major breakthrough with himself, and so he grabs her hand, and they kind of look out the window, and there's all these buildings doing this, and it's sort of like, what do you know? What do you know? I feel like that's what's taking place for them. They're having that realization about themselves, and they're beginning to connect all the dots and all those facets of themselves and their psyche, and things are becoming a little bit more clearer for them. That is interesting. It makes me think of like smoking too. Like, oh, you got a cigarette too, but it's like you need a light, and then you kind of just, a friend or whatever holds up a lighter, and you see the spark, and then before you know it, there's a light being reflected off their eyes or something. That's the way they look at you, Sagittarius. It's almost like they're borrowing a little bit of light to see themselves a little bit more clearly. Goodbye.